Well, welcome everybody. I'm just finishing up the pasta here for the pasta course. It should be fun, and it's so good to have you. Yo, guys, what are you doing in front of me? Get away from me. I got to see the camera here. Welcome everybody to my kitchen, and our celebrity diners are my two youngest nephews. We got Mark Keenan here. Some of you have seen Mark at our Thursday takeouts in the past 5-6 weeks, and then my youngest nephew Kevin. And I'm not standing in a ditch. No, I'm actually the normal height of usual human beings, and these guys are not. So it's good to have you here, and we should enjoy ourselves. So you take a seat, relax, and enjoy. So the first thing, as you know, it's a BYOB event, so I hope you brought a drink with you. I got my usual drink, a Jack Daniel's Manhattan, a little orange in it, a little bitters, and it's usually pretty good. I usually only get about 3 sips of this because I talk too much during this event, but guys, good to have you here. To all of you, cheers. Welcome. Cheers. Cheers. There you go. Yeah. Cool. Very good. You having a Jack Daniel's, Mark? Mm-hmm. What are you having there, Kev?
Whatever Mark made me.
Oh.
He's got a whiskey sour. Whiskey sour, that's what I have.
All right. Yes. Very good. So, I told you our theme for our show today is food for guys and girls who love that your buddies will like as well. So it should be a little bit fun. The food is a lot of interesting things that maybe you've never had before. And hopefully I can show you some new ideas maybe for the 4th of July or even for celebration of the feast at your homes as we party like 1899. My nephew Mark is wearing that great t-shirt that we've been selling. So we're going to party like they did back in 1899 at our own homes this year.
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing I want to do is an appetizer. And, you know, I said on my teaser video that a real easy thing to do is to throw a bag of potato chips. That's what a guy would do. Get a bag of potato chips. This could be a big mistake having these guys here. In any case,
is that what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
Doritos.
Something like that. That's what would. But here's something. Now, who doesn't like watermelon? Everybody likes watermelon. Yeah. And this is a different form of an appetizer. Great for the summer. Nice and refreshing, all kinds of stuff like that. So these are just watermelon I bought at Stop and Shop, already done in chunks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll make 10. And then what you do is on top of the watermelon, you put feta cheese. The cheese you put into a Greek salad. So you got the sweetness of the watermelon, and then you have the feta cheese. Put it right on top, on each one. Fruit and cheese, I mean, that's pretty common, and that's what this does, but in a different way, and it's even going to get more different in a second.
That's a little fancier than the
mild sauce. Definitely, I would say that is for sure. So,
did you learn this on your own, or did you...
So I'm trying to think where I learned this from. Father Steve Celapini, my good friend from high school seminary, he made this a year ago, just made it recently down in Little Compton. He's the pastor of St. Catherine's in Siena, and St. Catherine's of Siena in Little Compton, and he made it a few weeks ago. I said, I'm going to do that for my show and give him the credit which he rightfully deserves. Now, on top of that, you're going to put a little mint leaf. Now, for those of you who grow mint, you know it grows like crazy in your garden. So on top of the cheese, the salty and the sweet, you have this kind of little mint flavor that's going to go on in the background. You don't want the mint leaf to be too big, so you can split it if you'd like. Or take the smaller ones. That's all right, even the real small ones.
Makes it look pretty too.
It does.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Italian flag, huh? You got the red, white, and green, so you're all set here. Though this really probably isn't so much an Italian dish, but it's a fun dish. And we'll put this last one here. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to put a little olive oil over it. Just not, you don't want to like drown it. You just want to have it just, really, actually, just so you can drag the watermelon over the olive oil. Okay, and you want to use the good olive oil. So this is my favorite, Pompeian Robust, extra virgin olive oil. Don't get the cheap stuff. For something like this, You want to have the good stuff. Now the final thing, you probably never heard of it, Himalayan black salt. So there's all different kinds of salt. There's pink salt, there's black salt, there's white salt, there's rock salt, there's all kinds of things. This is an Indian black salt, and this is pretty big chunks. So you got to grind it. So what I did was I took out the peppercorns out of the pepper mill here, and I put that in here, and I'm going to put it right on here. Just like that. All right? And then how do you serve it? Get toothpicks. Put it all together.
Ladies can use the toothpicks. Guys don't need the toothpicks.
Because you'll still look cool when you put
That's
the toothpick
right.
in your mouth.
That's right. That's right. And
You can't find a grass leaf.
you do want it, like when you have it, you want to be able to just drag it through the olive oil a little bit so the toothpick helps with that. And there you
You
go.
still look tough because you'll have a toothpick afterwards.
Manly toothpick.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You gotta have the spikes like that. Gotta be dangerous.
There you have it. All right. There's your
Bob, this is kind of like a play on caprese salad, right?
It is, yes,
like that?
certainly, yes. So caprese, you can. I mean, this is if you could. I suppose you could do this with tomato too, but watermelon, you can make a caprese salad with sliced oranges or sliced watermelons with mozzarella with the basil. So this is a kind of a little take on that as well. So I'll take the first. Make sure it's good.
We'll help ourselves. Yeah, we'll just kind of get in on this, actually.
Doesn't take long.
Wow.
So something different.
No.
Different flavors melding together: sweet,
Wow.
cheese, salt, mint. Fun. Something different.
I didn't actually know this type of cheese existed.
The feta's really good.
Feta cheese is like for Greek salads. So if you don't have the Himalayan black salt, a little regular salt, or even just black pepper would be fine. Huh? All right. So there's a different appetizer for you than instead of just throwing a bag of potato chips on your table. So now the next thing I want to do is a pasta course. And the pasta course I want to make is a... take it for yourself, guys. Is
I'm not going to laugh long.
made with shells that I did with my Philips machine. Now, we already showed you how to make the pasta from this machine. I know a number of you have bought it. I hope the Philips company realizes that I gave them a lot of business through my cooking show. But we made shells. It's a new die that we had bought, and it worked out well. Now, for this sauce, anybody can buy a marinara sauce. I think anybody can make a marinara sauce, but this is going to be a little different. We're going to start with a little ground sausage that we're going to saute.
Gone.
They're gone. They are gone. Glad you enjoyed it, guys. Very good. So I got some butter melting in the pan here. I'm going to put this a little bit higher. I'm going to put a little olive oil as well. Is it good? You enjoyed it?
Very good.
I think the plate speaks to
Nothing.
how good it
Yes,
was.
nothing left on that plate. Look at that plate. Just
Wow.
toothpicks. I figured they'd eat the toothpicks, but they didn't, so that's fine.
This is the cool part. Hold on.
Don't eat the toothpicks.
Oh, no. Yeah, see, you still look...
Manly.
Yeah.
Manly toothpick.
Very manly, that's right. Food for guys. So I'm going to put a little garlic into the butter and olive oil here. I'm going to use this little grinder for the garlic, which is really pretty good because it chops up all the garlic without getting your hands all smelly with the garlic. Okay? Which isn't a bad smell, but anyways, you don't want to walk around all day smelling like garlic. So now we got the garlic all chopped up. Nice.
Results may vary. If you're not as jacked as Uncle Henry, you may not be able to do it as quickly.
Well, thank you, Mark. I did not pay him to say that. But we'll negotiate terms afterwards. So we get the garlic in there, and then, now my friend Bill Henrich from the parish, I'm not sure if Bill and Amy and Debbie are watching, but we have garlic scapes. It's the kind of the thing that grows out of the garlic, and they're a wonderful garlic flavor, and just adds another little texture to the sauce. Okay, that's what they look like if you grow a garlic scape. If you grow a garlic, that's what the scapes look like. So we're going to saute that for a little bit. Let me get a spatula here. Get it on a good heat. So you want to saute it. Usually they say with garlic, when you start smelling the garlic, then it's fine. You don't want to burn the garlic. So as soon as you start smelling the garlic cooking, then you're good. All right? Can you smell the garlic yet? I can't smell it yet.
What's the green stuff again?
Green stuff is the green shoot that comes out of the garlic plant. It's called a garlic scape. But it has just now I can smell the garlic. It has just as much flavor as the garlic itself, and it adds some color and texture as well.
So you got that and clove in there?
And the garlic clove itself. Now I have some sausage meat, just some ground sausage meat. You can buy it at your store. You can just get sausage links and just take the sausage meat out of the links.
Do you like the spicy one, Father?
So this one, I do like the spicy one, but this one is what they call a sweet one, but even sweet sausage is kind of spicy. It's just
Ground sausage work?
yeah. So ground sausage. So I bought this already ground,
Oh.
but
Okay.
you can buy the sausage link and just cut the
Oh, they're already in the.
and just use the sausage from there. That'll work just fine. Now because it's a sweet sausage, I am going to put a little red pepper in. These are the red peppers I grow in my own garden and that I bring from Italy. These are dried peppers from last year. So I'm just going to put a little bit in. I like a lot, but not everybody does. So maybe about half that one. And so it adds a little kick in the background. All right.
You get the sweet and the garlic.
Yeah, you get all the
and
different
garlic.
flavors, you know?
Just like that appetizer, the sweet and the feta cheese. And
Yeah, all the different types of flavors. Absolutely. So sausage cooks relatively quickly. Let me put up the heat a little bit here.
So how are the girls supposed to love it if I've already eaten it?
Well, you'd have to make something. You have to give the girls the first taste of it. Oh yeah. You had to be the gentleman there, Mark, and then they would love it. You know, you got to do
You
that.
have to give them a chance.
You got to give them a chance. You know, and then
They
the
get one piece, and then we get hit.
then the Keenan brothers can come in and inhale the whole thing.
Yeah, well, you'd have to find, you'd spend no time being polite. They'd have to also get on our level and eat it like a wild dog.
So one Thanksgiving, I brought this new appetizer out to my sister's house, and the boys were there. Can't remember what it was, but I walked into the house and I put it down. I said, "Guys, make sure your mom gets one of these." I turned back, hung my coat up in the closet. The whole thing was gone. It was gone.
do that.
And my sister didn't even get a piece of it. I was not very happy that Thanksgiving. But in any case, that's the way it works at their house, because you got to, if you're not quick, you're dead. So that's it.
Uncle Gary got mad at us for that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, he would always bring, for 4th of July, he's got all the chips, and he'd put them up above the fridge, so we immediately, run over the fridge, grab all the chips. Don't eat those.
Yeah, there was a very short period of time where putting something in a fall place would keep it away from us.
Yeah, we're all in high school and middle school. Nothing lasted.
You put stuff up in the tall place, it usually keeps people away.
Their Uncle Gary, married to their father's sister Christine, he's a great cook himself. Loves to cook with ground buffalo meat, buffalo ball meatballs, and they're so tender. Out in North Dakota, I had some buffalo, and it's a great lean meat that has so much flavor.
Very sweet, yeah.
Very sweet.
It's a sweet meat.
Absolutely. So the sausage is almost cooked here. So now what I want to do, we're getting there. I'm going to start adding stuff to it. I'm going to add some spinach. A lot of times guys don't like vegetables, but you're going to get over this. This is just fresh baby spinach.
They disappear really quick, though.
So this whole thing will cook down into maybe a bowl this size. Because actually your best bargain in the store is frozen spinach, because you get so much. But this would cook down into almost nothing.
Shows up, right?
Oh yeah,
The heat,
it's just yeah, exactly. So we're going to get that moving around with the sausage.
Looks like a leaf.
Yeah, whenever.
Yeah, you could use any kind of green. You could use arugula. You could use romaine lettuce. Anything would work.
Whenever I watch your cooking videos with Henry, you always do stuff that I would never ever think of doing, like throwing spinach and sausage.
Yeah.
Good touch.
But so no, when I was a kid, I couldn't stand anything. I said that on a show before. Certainly spinach I didn't like, but when you add different flavors to it, I remember I loved spinach pies when I was a kid from Devozzi's Bakery over there on off of Charles Street. But just plain spinach, I did. Now I go to a steakhouse. I love cream spinach. Who would have thought? My mother, gee, All the stuff, all the vegetables I ate now, my mother used to say to me when she was in the nursing home, you never ate that when I cooked it for you. So,
Mom and Dad never tried to make us eat spinach because we were 5 and 6.
uh-huh.
So they were already worn down from numbers 1.
Well, I remember.
Pat through Peter were done with them. The diet was already set, and we were, we didn't have to complain.
So when their oldest brother was born, Patrick, my sister, the firstborn child, he'd be on the floor and put something in his mouth. My sister would quickly take it out of his mouth and this other thing. By the time Kevin was born, he was mostly having his dinner on the floor. I said, Barbara, he's eating the dirt on the floor. I said, oh, it didn't bother the other kids. It's fine for him. Now he's the tallest. So this is cannellini beans, okay? So it's a nice protein. We're going to add it to this sauce. Now what you want to do is you want to rinse it because it has a little kind of goopy stuff on it, but some of the goopy stuff isn't bad, but you don't want all the goopy stuff on it, okay?
Why the cannellini beans?
It adds a protein to it. It adds a flavor. Cannellini beans are nice. You could use a kidney bean, but I like the cannellini bean better in this type of sauce.
Is it more of a firm bean, or is it just like a black bean?
It depends. If the longer you cook it, it's not as firm, but it's a smooth inside, so it's pretty decent, All right. So now we want to kind of liquefy the sauce a bit. It's got some juice going on in there, which is nice. So I always have chicken stock or turkey stock in the freezer. If I make a whole chicken, as Father Steve knows, once you finish the chicken, all the bones put into a big pot, put water in, all kinds of vegetables, let it cook for about 4 hours, and we have plenty of chicken stock in our freezer downstairs. So now this is going to provide the base for the sauce. Maybe that's about a third of a quart. There's a quart container.
Third of a quart, you said?
Yeah, a third of a quart. I want to get it up high here. All right. So we're going to let that boil down a little bit. Then it's almost ready. We're going to put on top of it at the end cheese and a little tomatoes. These are great tomatoes here, and they've been marinating in balsamic vinegar, a little fresh basil from my garden, and a little olive oil. And I see a toothpick going in there right away. And I forgot to put some salt on it, so I'm going to put a little salt. You season every layer.
Father, we have a comment from
Sure.
one of these. The cannellini beans keeps it molto Italiano.
See,
Big time.
it does. Very much so. In fact, those cannellinis, I bought a case right at the beginning of the whole lockdown thing when the stores weren't and there was no cannellini beans in the store. So on Amazon, I bought this case. So we're still working on the final cans of it. So you can't take any more of this because I got to put it in the sauce, guys. All right, so this is going good.
That's really good.
Now, another key thing is you need to taste it too. Anything you cook, before you serve, you're going to make sure it has the right seasoning, the right taste. Don't double dip your spoon. I think it needs a little salt. There we go. Little salt there. That's good.
But the color has changed quite a bit, Father.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if that salt did what I wanted it to do. Take another spoon here. Yeah, no, it did. Now, we got the pasta water going, or was going. We'll get it back up.
The sausage and all that going with the pasta?
Yeah, so once I cook the pasta, so we have the fresh pasta, the fresh shells. Once they cook, it's about 4 minutes. Then I'm going to toss everything right back in here, put the tomatoes and the cheese on top of it, toss it around, and I'm going to serve it to you guys.
Serve it white, no red sauce or anything?
No. So these will stay whole. I suppose you could put like a can of tomatoes in that, and make it into a red sauce, but this will be a white
I
sauce.
think it's better white.
Yeah. Either way.
You really want to start with like a deep. You're going to need a deep pot, right?
So when you do a sauce like this, because you want to finish the pasta in the bowl, the pan you made the sauce in, that's the best way to do it, because then the pasta absorbs the taste of the sauce. Even if it was just a fresh marinara sauce, you finish it off in here, and then you add the cheese. You take it off the heat, you add the cheese, and add any other thing you're going to add to it, like basil and stuff. at
You
the
get away with using like a pot?
what's
Like
that?
a pot over the stove? Instead of a pan?
Oh yeah, no,
I don't have
yeah,
deep pans.
yeah, no, just a wide enough pot. Yeah, sure.
Mark's asking questions for college cooking edition.
Yeah, that's right.
Love supplies.
Yeah, when you're this college, you don't normally have the specialty pans.
That's
so-
right. Yes, indeed. We just call Uncle Henry, and then he'll have them for you. All right. So we're going to take some of this pasta, and it just was made, so it's not going to take that long at all to cook. It won't cook it all. One went overboard there. Save some of this. Now with the fresh pasta, usually they say when it comes up to the top of the boiling water, it's done. I find it takes just a little bit more time, in my opinion. Put this on here. So, have I done this one for you before, Father?
You have.
Yeah, okay.
Very, very good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice one. It's pretty hard. It's a nice one in the wintertime. It's snowing outside. It's pretty hearty. You got the white beans. You got the sausage, the spinach. You have a nice sauce that boils down. So it's usually pretty good.
Feel bad we eat the appetizer. Maybe Father Steve might have wanted.
Oh no, he's fine. Don't worry about him. Yeah, I mean he is wasting away to nothing. And if you would never see him if you were standing in front of him, like you wouldn't see me. So, but Father's a good cook of his own. But I think he prefers when I cook. So
It's so much better.
It's so much better.
As a fun fact, Father Zinno brought that stock up from his, freezer downstairs. That's basically how I survived when he was on sabbatical. He had so many different pasta sauces and soups downstairs. That's basically how I survived for about 3 months.
Did you ask permission for the sauce, or did
Well,
he come
I
home?
met-
It's always easier to ask for forgiveness afterwards.
then permission.
So he came back and there was an empty freezer and there was nothing.
So
I was also in Germany when he was in the sabbatical. I also survived off
That's right.
sabbatical.
That's right. We had a great. Mark and I were together in Europe, and he was in Germany, and I was in Italy, as many people know, and we had some great meals out there. So, but I made that food for Father Steve before I left. From December to January 9th, I was constantly making
Stockpiling.
pasta and stock. I said, "It's the freezer's full of stuff, so you'll survive." All right. So you're almost ready.
Since we're
Here.
all riding the coattails of Uncle Henry, I am also hoping to leave with some pasta sauce.
Now, Kevin is actually graduated from URI, as both Mark and Kevin did this year. But Kevin is going to be going to Roger Williams Law School this year.
Yes.
So still not sure where he's going to live, but he also knows that here is a refrigerator that wherever he is living, whether at home or here in Bristol, he has a refrigerator he can stop by and get all the good leftovers out of the refreverator.
And the basement of the freezer.
And the basement of the freezer. I think we need to put a lock on that
I
freezer,
think we
Father.
do.
Yeah, we have to put a lock on that freezer since Kevin will be around.
That'll only really delay him.
Father Steve, Kevin, I need that freezer stocked.
That's gonna be what stops
For my own well-being, you
It's
stock
gonna
it
be a
in
little
there.
letter that says, if you eat this, Father Steve might not be able to survive.
That's right, that's right. And people will complain in the parish. All right, so we got the pasta in the sauce, okay? And we're turning it around, making it flavorful, I hope. And then we're going to take it off the heat, okay? So we're going to put cheese in. I prefer Pecorino Romano, but Parmigiano Reggiano is fine as well. So it's off the heat. We're going to put just a bunch of that right in there, okay?
And that's to keep it from getting all burnt up, right?
Well, yeah, so you don't want to put it when it's on the heat because it'll start cooking the wrong way. You want it just to mix in, okay? And then we're going to add the tomatoes. They've been marinating, but I'm going to keep the marinade out of it. Just going to add the tomatoes to it.
The marinade displays the flavor.
Well,
of
so the
sauce.
marinade is for the tomatoes, but it would displace the sauce. Yeah. So you just want the flavor, but not all of the juices. Okay. Cool. All right. So there we go.
Oh, why do you prefer the Pecorino Romano?
Well, it's a sheep's cheese. They're both rather similar. But you know, when we were growing up, my father always had Pecorino Romano, and that's what we had. And so it becomes my cheese of preference because that's what my dad did, and so I do what my dad did. So what do you think? Does it look all right, Father?
Well, we have some questions from the audience. Can
Okay.
they come and get a bowl right now?
Well, isn't that nice? Well,
You have to come quickly.
Yes. Yeah. If you can get past these two, you're welcome to come and get a bowl. Oh man! All right, so
Time
guys,
sensitive. Yeah.
so I'm going to give you a little. There's more later because we'll eat a little more stuff later if you want. But I want to see if you like it. Let me get you a fork. There you go. So.
Oh, usually Father Steve is testing.
Well, he's got to run the camera. So we'll eat a little bit more afterwards too.
Got some too, Mark?
I got some
Bring
here.
my own bowl.
Oh, get his own bowl, yeah.
Mark will get his own bowl there.
I always like to get everything in there in one plate. Get all the
There you
flavors.
go. Very good. See if you like it, guys. All right.
A little piece of everything.
Well,
So, and this will last in the refrigerator. Well, it won't last in the refrigerator, but it would last in the refrigerator.
that's perfect.
You like it? Nice
Oh, yeah.
taste, different taste, huh?
Man, really, really good.
So what did that take? 15 minutes? You know, you get the right ingredients. You cook it in front of your friends. Your guys will, your friends who are guys will think, ah, he's a genius. The girls will love you.
Girls and the
And
buddies, yeah.
And you know, I mean, I have a homemade pasta machine, but you can just use regular shells. It's really fine.
The pepper is a really good touch.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, let me take a spoonful of
Oh,
this.
and you remember when we went to Pasta Beach?
Yes. Yeah.
This is something that they would have.
Yeah. This would be. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That did come out good. But see now, so if I put the cheese in there when it was still cooking, the cheese wouldn't have that taste. The cheese has like just a freshness to it because you put it right as you took it off the stove.
Now, if you had it your way, would you add anything else to this, or would this a dish you
No,
just
this
walk away
is
and-
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Yep,
Well,
I
It's
like it.
like art. You have to know when to put the brush down. When it's
Right.
Just
Yeah.
done.
Well, exactly. It's true. When people who are artists or you write music, you know, like, all right, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's done. So this came out. I was very happy with this. Good.
the only thing you prepped was the tomatoes and the 10 minutes of scraping the shells.
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah. And that's easy on that machine. But again, you could use a dried pasta or fresh pasta. You could use a fresh linguine or rigatoni that you buy at Stop and Shop, and it'd be fine. But the shells are nice with this pasta because it holds the sauce, the beans and the spinach and everything like that. All right. So there we go.
That was chicken stock or turkey stock?
So this was actually turkey stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went in the refrigerator and I said, "Well, there's turkey stock, so I'll use the turkey stock," which is about the same. It has.
I think it's probably thicker than.
It was a little bit thicker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had nice seasonings and everything. All right. I'm going to move this. Let me get a pot holder, and we'll go to the next thing. Great.
Wow. What was it, man?
So our next thing is a wonderful corn pudding. Now again, corn on the cob, we all love that. It's a great dish, but this is a nice dish that I'm going to serve with burgers. I'm making a special burger tonight, and I already have one made, so I'm going to show you quickly how it's done. It's called a baked corn casserole, and what you do is it's so easy. You get a box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. All right, you can make your own, but I prefer not to.
Now, there's no classy Uncle Henry brand. for the
No,
corn
this is
muffin mix?
Jiffy corn,
Really?
Stop and Shop,
Wow.
99 cents, and you get that. And
Bag over your head.
that's right.
No one
People
knows.
don't know that
No one
I'm
knows
buying
you're
it.
buying something.
You just pour it into the big mixing bowl, right like that. I got a garbage thing there, and then you put in a can. I know this is terrible, but when you taste it, you're going to love it. You put a can of corn in, drained corn.
I like king corn.
Okay, 15 ounces. Boom, goes right in there. And then I have a garbage pail right here. That's what I'm tossing things in. And then you want creamed corn.
Garbage pail is not us,
that's fine.
in case you were wondering.
Yeah. Well, that's debatable. So you want cream corn. You want a 15 ounce. So usually at Stop and Shop, I went to Stop and Shop today right after Mass, and I said, "Oh, I forgot the cream corn." Went there, didn't have any cream corn. So obviously there's a run on cream corn, toilet paper, and paper towels. I'm not sure. There wasn't any cream corn. So then I went to my phone and said, how do I make cream corn? So I got a recipe. And this is way better than any canned cream corn I've ever had. So you need either a can of cream corn or my recipe for cream corn, 15 ounces. All right? Again, it goes right into this.
So is this a veggie burger?
No, this is a side dish for the burger.
Oh.
It's a side dish for the burger, okay? So we got the cream corn in there, and then we need a cup of sour cream. So I'm going to get that right now. Give me one quick second. I know I got sour cream in here someplace. So like with all my measurements, I just measure by eye, and I know what a cup would look like. So there's sour cream and a cup of sour cream. That, mark my words, is a cup of sour cream. Absolutely. Excuse me, Father, I'm going to just stick that in there, and we're good.
Close the drawer, yeah.
Thank you. Excellent. And then it needs 1 egg. What you're not seeing behind the scenes is the guys are chowing down on the watermelon and the feta cheese. So,
We are practicing.
okay, you just put 1 egg in there. Very good. And then as well, you have some butter.
These are looking pretty good.
Yeah.
That was so much salt.
You don't want to put too much salt, guys.
We can always shake and get that salt off.
I like grinded like 3 shakes of it.
Father Zinno will give them a grade later on.
That's right.
He's not gonna get me.
I'm glad you're enjoying that. They are different. Yeah, yeah. So I just have to soften the butter a little bit. We're almost ready for that. Good. So the softened butter goes right into that, and it's all done. And I'm going to put it under the mixer. I'm going to mix it all together and just pour it into a baking dish. And so, Father, if you come over here, you just mix it all together. Now, this is a great dish for Thanksgiving because it's a different kind of cornbread. It's called a corn pudding, but it's a great dish for Thanksgiving. Now, I already have one made, as you do on great cooking shows. It's already done, already made, and we're going to try it. So that will just mix like that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. I'm going to cook it tomorrow. I actually can put it in the refrigerator and cook it tomorrow. Whoops, hold on, cut that off. But we have one already made, and it comes out looking great. It's a nice flavor. Oh, and by the way, you put into the mixture, you put bacon as well, which I forgot, and it's right here, but I'm going to stick that in now. But we also put bacon into it as well. So I'm going to slice a piece for the guys here, and
They're already trying to go.
they're right. Let me slice it nicely for you. As you can see, I already tried a little piece to make sure it was good. It was good. Now, my recommendation is to put maple syrup on it. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to garnish it.
So, and the thing with maple syrup is you really need the good stuff. You don't get the cheap imitation stuff. So actually, Nature's Promise at Stop and Shop has pure maple syrup, and it's really incredibly good. So let me slice a few pieces for the gentleman here and put my microphone back on. So,
You're not a Mrs. Buttersworth.
yeah, no, I actually, since we live in New England, like the Vermont maple syrup is really, really good, you know. So I would go with
I
that.
had maple syrup in Montreal. Mm-hmm. They actually let you take a shot of it and try it. Oh, so good. I still have some of it today.
Yeah, it's really, it's excellent.
Maple syrup's good too.
Yeah. It was probably, same geographical location.
It's the same forest. It's just
Okay, let me.
Vermont stuff is good. Canadian stuff is good too because it goes more north.
Montreal's only like an hour away from the Vermont border, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that far at all.
But you get pretty north, it gets cold still. So.
The geography's different. It's like a plain up there, but.
So flat geography is North Dakota, where I was last week. It's a
I'm
great
jealous.
wedding. It's beautiful
Yeah, I'm
Beautiful.
jealous. I want to go to North
Oh,
Dakota.
it was great. We had a great time. So anyways, gentlemen, I'm going to put, usually I'd warm up the maple syrup, but kind of going overtime on my usual time frame here, but that's okay. We'll be all right. So if I can get a little picture of this, huh? And gentlemen, why don't you see what you think about it? All right, give me a fork here.
I still got mine.
Oh, you got yours?
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
Father, that bacon, was that cooked before you put it in?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
So it's a thicker type of bacon. I cooked it in the oven on a sheet pan with
Like a wire rack.
a wire rack, yeah,
Yeah.
and cooked up very, very nicely, yeah, yeah. So that was very good. So so what do you think, guys? Patty Santos is watching. I see she's another great chef in town here, and Father Silpini's watching as well. So what do you think, gentlemen?
The corn.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the corn makes the whole dish.
Mm-hmm. Little chilies in there as well, which I forgot to say. There's some dried chilies.
Yeah, I haven't tasted that yet. I
Yeah.
see one. But
Oh, that's good.
yeah, I like the corn.
Cool.
That's good. Smells really good.
So tonight's signature dish is hamburger and French fries. I want to make Belgian French fries. Belgian French fries are really the original. The Belgian would say, well, we shouldn't call them French fries, we should call them Belgian frites. And they're double cooked. So we have a little fryer later right behind Father Steve. There's a little fryer later. And I already cooked the fries at 325 for about 10 minutes till they're just blanched. And the key with great Belgian French fries is the double cooking. You cook them again at 375, they get all brown and they turn real, real nice. Now, as a dipping sauce for the Belgian frites, we have, I'm going to go right to my refrigerator, we have a Chipotle lime dipping sauce. I'm going to make right for you. And for these fries, these are so, so good. So we have a little line here. I'm going to put that into the mayonnaise here. And then we have a little chipotle. I think it's over here somewhere. There we go. And that's going to go in as well. Chipotle is it's a Tabasco, but it's a smoky flavor. All right. And then we're just going to put in the ketchup right here.
I got better with every bite behind me.
Did you? Very good. Glad you liked it. And this will be the dipping sauce for the fries. It has a great flavor. Again, this was something I found out in North Dakota, this dipping sauce for the fries. So it's mayonnaise, ketchup, chipotle, Tabasco, and lime. Wicked cool. All right. So we're going to put that on the side. I'm not going to do the fries until I need them. For the burger, this is a peanut butter and jelly burger. Now, you might say, oh God, that's not that good. It
15
is.
people just left the live stream when you said
Is the best thing. I had it at JL Beers in North Dakota, and the woman who's waiting on at the bar when I was there for my first lunch, she said, "You're going to love this. Is going to be the best thing you've ever had in your life." So I said, "All right, well, let's see what happens." So one of the things you have to do is you have to make some of the toppings for the burger, and they go very quickly. This is a jalapeno, and you're going to saute this in lime and tequila.
And Father, what did you just took the seeds out of that jalapeno?
So yes, so I meant to say that. So it's less hot. You split the jalapeno open, you take out the seed and the membrane. So if you want it more hot,
leave that stuff.
you'd leave that in, okay? But if you want it less hot, you just...
Nice.
So that's all we're going to need for 4 burgers. You don't want a ton of it. I'm going to put it on, put a little olive oil in, just a touch.
I still can't get over when you said you made peanut butter and jelly French toast. I still can't.
Peanut butter and jelly French toast. And this is a tequila. So I'm not a tequila fan. This is called Casamigos tequila. And I found it from a friend of Father Jonathan D. Felice, another good cook. His friend Bryant likes tequila. And I said, well, what's the best tequila? And he said, this stuff. So I We're going to put it in there just a little bit and a little bit of lime. So we're going to cook that up. And that's going to be one of the toppings for the burgers. All right. The other toppings for the burgers is going to be pepper jack cheese and bacon and peanut butter and jelly. So let's make a burger. I would go out to the grill, but it would take too long, but I can do it here better. So I'm going to do it in my cast iron pan. I'm going to get that cooking up pretty good right now. And I'm going to put the frites back in the fryer later. It's up to 375, and we're going to put them in the fryer later thing here and fry them up so they get nice and brown. They'll come out great. And the thing I do with French fries is when you cook them, when they come out, you have them. You have the salt already in the dish, so that when you toss them in the salt, this is a truffle salt. I'm going to add a little bit more to this. And what we're probably going to do is serve the frites first, and then I'll make a burger. And you can see the jalapenos frying up. Can you smell the truffle?
There's truffle in the salt.
Truffle in the salt, yeah. So it's a pretty strong smell, huh?
Yeah.
The fries are coming along nicely.
Then do you have a fry maker where you put the potato in and you clamp it down?
No, actually, I cut those all myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have that yet. All right, so let's see how this is going. So I make my own burgers. Salt and pepper, a little parsley, a little onion, a little garlic powder, a little Tabasco salt. And then I freeze them, so I have them whenever I want them. So right
Father
now...
Steve has them whenever.
Well, yes, indeed. So the fries are coming out nice. Again, you want them to get brown. So with the jalapenos, you have to saute them a bit, so they just get slightly brown. So you can see they're getting slightly brown here. So that is good, huh? All right. Now, typically I would do the burgers on the grill, but again, it's a little too complicated with the live stream show to go out there. So I'm going to do it in the hot cast iron pan. You can hear that sizzle. That's what you want to hear.
Do you put seasoning in the meat at all? Or
Meat, salt and pepper, parsley, a little garlic powder, a little onion powder, and a little Tabasco sauce. All right?
Get a certain weight, or you just eyeball it, right?
I eyeball it.
Yeah.
After a while, you get to know how to do it,
Yeah.
how much it would taste good, you know?
You know, you're slow cooking it right now.
The
Low heat.
the burger or the
burger.
The burger. No, it's on a pretty high heat right now. Yeah. So I'll do it 3 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on another. Huh? The jalapenos are done, so that's good. So I'm going to take those off, put them over here. I need a bigger kitchen. I don't know. Now, one of the things that guys do, they keep pressing the burger. Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Because it takes the juice out. It's kind of a reaction.
It looks cool.
It looks cool, but it's just like you have this dry hockey puck that you're serving, you know? So you don't want to do that. Now you put the toaster oven on for the buns.
It dries it out too, right?
Yeah.
For that was like shaved steak too. Press on it.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that. How are the fries going right now? Fries are going good. So you see my friend Alex Canoia, who I just married a week ago, is watching. Alex and Brittany, 1 week anniversary, congratulations. Doing the burger I learned out there. So hopefully you're having a wonderful day in North Dakota. I wish I was with you. And Peter Holland, my trainer, is watching, I understand. So I know I shouldn't be eating this burger, but get over it. We're working out Wednesday, so we'll figure this whole thing out. All right, so you see how the burgers got nice and brown? A cast iron pan is great. You know, they say it's even better than a grill.
The flavor.
Yeah, the flavor. So now I prefer my burgers medium rare. So
You're a medium rare guy, right? Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to put a little pepper jack cheese on it so it melts a little bit.
Now, is pepper jack part of the recipe, or is that your own touch?
No, that's part of the recipe from out in North Dakota. Now, if I put so that's a cook's trick to melt the cheese. So that should melt the cheese pretty good in a few minutes. And the fries are almost done as well. And
It's called squashing, is that right, or something like that?
when you put the
Yeah,
pan on
put
it,
the pan on top or
yeah. So it kind of it uses moisture to
something. It all-
put it all down.
Raises the temp too, right?
Right? Yeah, sure does.
I think it's gonna get very hot.
It is. Yep. Let me check the buns over there. They're working good.
Nice, I get to eat all this twice.
There you have it. So now the fries are done. Father, if you want to come over here for a second, take a look at the fries. They're nicely browned.
Wonderful.
Okay. Typical Belgian frites. You buy at a frite stand. They're wider like this is. Okay. And then you would put them into a pan like this. Is that the pan I wanted to use? Hold on. No, it's this pan. But I'll use this one. This is fine. Put them right in there.
Good to the last fry.
That's right.
It's
And-
fry time.
And then what you want to do is you want to get that salt going on it. So you toss it without throwing it on the floor. All right? And then
Are you sure you don't want it on the floor?
I'm sure I don't want it on the floor. Now, where's the dipping sauce? Right here. Okay, gentlemen? See if you like it.
No seasoning or anything? You're just
I already put the salt on. It's already there.
Oh, okay. It's already done.
See if you like it. There we go. All right. Now, Father, can you hand me that towel right behind you?
Yeah.
How's that? Is that good?
Well, I haven't had a chance yet.
Gonna get that out of the way. Cool. We're ready to start forming the burger.
Oh, the fries are good.
And,
Are they good? Let me see.
Oh yeah, they're very good.
and what is in the
What?
dipping sauce again?
Mayonnaise, ketchup, chipotle, and lime.
Now, are you sure they wouldn't taste better if they were first on the floor? You never know, maybe there's...
I think Mark wants to strengthen his immune system. That's
Yeah,
why, That's why he
These
wants to-
days, the strong immune systems are going pretty well.
Now-
Your food on the floor first.
Let me get the burger rolls. Hopefully, I didn't burn them. Nope, I didn't.
No.
They're just right.
Have you eaten at Chick-fil-A?
Oh yeah.
You had the Chipotle sauce? This is very similar to it.
But better.
Yeah, but better. Absolutely.
All right, so Father, come on over here. So we got the pepper jack cheese melted on the burger. So now we're going to put the peanut butter, and that's if you didn't know I was putting peanut butter on it, just sir, you would think I was putting something smoky on it. So we're going to put a thin layer of the peanut butter on the bottom of the roll. Oops. Get a little bit more on there. So now, guys, I think it needs a little more salt. Put a little more salt on the fries. I think it needs a little more. Okay, so we put that there. Okay, and we'll put the burger on top. Boom. Then on top of the burger go the jalapenos. I get my spoon here, just like that. All right. Just put a couple there. All right. And then I'm going to put some bacon on top, which I cooked earlier. There we go. And then we're going to put the red pepper jelly.
Got a ding over here.
Yep. So it's a peanut butter and jelly burger. There we go. Turn it over. Put that.
Okay.
And there you have it. Now I'm going to slice it in half and let my nephews try it with the fries they're having. They got a sharper knife here.
I think I may sound dumb asking this question, but
No, go ahead.
truffles is not chocolate.
So you sound like your Auntie Christine. About 4 years ago, I made an appetizer for Christmas, and I said, "Oh, and I have it's with truffles." And she said, "Oh, it's chocolate." I said, "No." I said, "It's mushrooms."
I put the salt on there. I'm like, wow, I'm really smelling that jalapeno.
So truffle candy is made to look like the mushrooms, but real truffles are mushrooms that have a very fragrant smell to them. There you go, guys. See if you like it.
I'm gonna let Mark try it first.
It's really good.
Let me know how the PB.
If you did not know it was peanut butter, you'd think there'd be something smoky on there.
I bet you won't be surprised.
Really good.
Is it?
Well,
Yeah.
So you don't want to put a lot of peanut butter, you just put a single layer.
It surprisingly works.
It does.
It works. Yeah.
It was crazy that it did work.
yeah, you wouldn't really know if there was peanut butter. You'd like kind of think, but it tastes very good.
Yeah. If you just said it was like a sauce or a glaze.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we got going a little longer than I usually do. Sorry about that, but I have Mom's apple pie. I'm going to do it very quickly because I already have one made. Father Steve, you come over to the kitchen, the refrigerator here. I got the apples already done. And I have the pie pan already ready. Now, if we had Patrick's wife here, she makes a great crust. Maybe she's watching tonight, I'm not sure. I just buy Pillsbury, and it's fine. So I sliced all the apples. I put in the apples. I put in cinnamon. I put a cup of sugar. I put in cloves. I put in cornstarch. I put in nutmeg and stir it around. It's actually my mother's recipe. My mother was a great pie recipe until one year, and this was when my nephews and my sister, my brother-in-law were still living on Thorpe Street in Greenville. My mother would always bring to Thanksgiving apple pie, her homemade one. But this year she came up, and Patrick, I think, was about 9 years old, and Mark and Kevin, I don't think we were even born yet. And she came up to my sister and my brother-in-law's house with an apple pie, but it was from Stop and Shop. I said, "Mom, you didn't make your own pie." She said, "Oh, no. Actually, Stop and Shop's pie tastes just as good." I said, "Oh, Mom, no, they don't." I said, "Your pies are great." "Well, no, I just didn't have the time this year." I said, "Oh, Mom, okay. Well, whatever." So in runs Patrick. He's about 9, 10 years old. And he says to my mother, "Grandma, you brought your apple pie." And my mother said, "Yes, I did." And I looked at my mother and said, "You're lying to your grandchild." I said, "That's not good, Grandma." But I didn't say that. I just looked at her. And so he's looking at the pie, and he said, "And you put a price tag on it, too." At that point, my sister Barbara whisked my nephew away, and my mother was thoroughly embarrassed. So I said, "Mom, give me your pie recipe, and I will make it from now on." So that day, she gave me the recipe. I wrote it down, and I've been making it ever since. In fact, I have that same recipe right over near the fryer later. And so now I just put the other pie crust on top. This is, again, oops, get the apple back in here. This is just a Pillsbury pie crust. Put it right back on, and I'm pretty rough with the edges. I just roll it over, put an egg wash, like a little egg beaten with a little water and some sugar. Put in the oven 450 degrees for 10 minutes, 350 degrees for about 45 minutes, and it's done.
Now, Father, it looks like there was an awful lot of apple there, but it's not really.
No, it's a dozen apples, so, and it melts right down. Now, if you look over here, we have one already done. It comes out perfect every time. So, and we'll try that afterwards. So we'll have a few more burgers and enjoy. But in any case, so there you have it. It was a great joy to be with you this evening, to be with my nephews, Mark and Kevin. We had a lot of fun. And we made some food for guys that girls will love, that your buddies will like as well. So hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and God bless you, and may Mary keep you, and keep on cooking and keep on exercising, and you'll do well. So thanks, guys, for being here. God bless you all. Look, yeah. So we and then you can't see me anymore. Ora pro nobis, pray for us.